This is Carlyle's picks. 2011 Lamborghini Aventador LP700-4. Now the name comes from, yet again, the Spanish bullfighting tradition. The Aventador entered the arena in 1993 and was awarded the Trofeo de la Peña, La Madronera, for courage in battle. So again, you have a Spanish name of the car, the Aventador, and it's Aventador, not Aventador. The V is pronounced like a V in Spanish. So let's break it down front to rear. In the front, initially, you look at it, it looks a little bit like a Murcielago. You got bi-xenon headlights in the front. The front tires here these are actually 19-inch wheels. These are 225/35 ZR19s, and in the rear, those are 335/30 ZR20. So it's staggered 19-inch and 20-inch tires on this particular car. For suspension, you've got a new push rod suspension. This is a brand new innovation coming from Lamborghini. Wrong. It's actually been around for a long time from Formula One racing. The push rod suspension technology was first introduced, I believe, in the 70s in Formula One, and they're integrating this technology right here into a Lamborghini. So this is much more advanced suspension. This is not a push rod suspension system, but just for illustration here, the push rod system is where you're going to have the spring is mounted kind of vertically like this above the wheel. So you have the wheel here, and then you have the spring over the top, and then there's going to be a strut that goes from the lower wishbone up to the edge of the chassis. Transmission is ISR, independent shifting rod. So I'll tell you what that's all about. ISR, shifting times of 50 milliseconds. That's how fast. If you were Data from Star Trek and you could push the paddles fast enough, in theory, you could shift 20 times in 1 second. You could do 20 gear shifts in 1 second. The Gallardo is already one of the fastest manual robotized transmission systems out there. That's the Gallardo e-gear system. However, ISR system here is 150% faster than the Gallardo transmission. And the way it works is kind of like a dual clutch system where you have an overlap in the shifting process. You have one shifting rod is disengaging one gear while another is engaging the other gear, and there's an overlap of these two events, and there's also a shortening of the distance required, of travel that's required. So there's less distance to be covered, and you have an overlapping process, disengaging and engaging of gears at the same time, so allowing you that really fast shifting time. It's also a smaller and lighter weight system as well. So great innovations there. So that is the basic on the front of the car. You can see the very familiar, looking like a Gallardo inlets on the side. They're electronically controlled, as is the rear spoiler as well. And if we go through, let's go to the rear. 2001, the Murcielago had 580 horsepower out of a 6.2-liter engine. This car has a V12 engine, a 6.5-liter V12 engine in the back. Let's talk about the power. 0 to 62 in 2.9 seconds. And it has 509 foot-pounds of torque at 5,500 RPMs, and at 8,250 RPMs, you get top power of 700 horsepower. So it's a very powerful engine, very fast car. 217 miles per hour is how fast you'll get going if you keep your foot on that pedal. Features a dual muffler exhaust system. There's a high volume and low volume system. And I think this is probably what the Murcielago has, why when you're cruising around town, the Murcielago is actually very quiet. It sounds it's as quiet as a luxury sport car. High RPMs, the music starts. Now, Lamborghini refers to this music as a symphony, and I tend to agree. Which brings us to the interior. This car actually has a stereo system in it. I didn't think a Lamborghini would need a stereo system because the engine sounds so great to me, but this car actually has the Lamborghini sound system, which features woofers in the door, tweeters on the dash. It's got a TFT 7-inch display system, multimedia system, iPod and USB support. It's got heated seats. It's got a parking assist rear view camera. It's got knee bags, side bags, pre-tensioning seat belts, you name it. I mean, this car is fully loaded. It's even got some kind of adjustable backrest as well. It's got the standard drive modes, the Strada for driving around the streets, Sport for a little bit more aggressive shifting, and Corsa for driving on the track.